Hi guys, it's me. Um, Thought I'd go for a walk. It's about 9 o'clock, and I just want to make sure that my camera is doing okay. Okay, so I just did a test recording. It looks okay, so let's go ahead and do our walk. Ooh, it's bright out here. Alright, let's get our RunKeeper started. Guess I shouldn't stand behind the door. That's not cool. And then I'm going to start this new one, which is here. Add activity. I don't know about all that. I'm going to check the camera. Alright, let's go. Well, so today is Thursday. Apparently they're having some kind of fire drill. I guess it's a drill or something. Anyway, that's at 10 o'clock. So I had a couple of things that I wrote down that I wanted to talk about. Now I got all these little sticky notes all over the place because that's what I've been using to write down my ideas and stuff to talk about. And the first thing is, I just found out that California is changing the school start times for children, in elementary or junior high school, middle school, high school. Anyway, so apparently there are scientific studies that show that the kids learn better and they perform better when they have 30 extra minutes of rest. I guess that's what it is. Anyway, so the kids don't have to be at school until 8. I think it's 8 o'clock for the elementary school and middle school, and then 8:30 for high school students. Anyway, I just found that out a couple of days ago, but I was watching the news. I think it was Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday, and they were talking about, the kids waking up late and everything for school. And I was like, wait, I heard that story 2 or 3 days ago. So that's another thing I wanted to say, that when I watched the news, which was Monday or Tuesday, but it could have been yesterday. No, it was Tuesday. Anyway, the news that they showed, I had already heard about. Just about everything they talked about, I had already heard about or read about on social media. So it's getting to the point where those news programs, those guys are going to be obsolete if they're not careful, because people are getting their news from the internet. Kind of like newspapers. You know how they say that the newspapers is getting to be obsolete because people are getting their information from the internet. And now, well, I guess the next dinosaur is going to be nightly news. It used to be a habit with me watching the news. I used to watch Channel 9 here in California. It's called KCAL. And they have news at 8 p.m., 9 p.m., and 10. And so I used to sit through and just watch 2 hours of news. 2 or 3 hours of news. Is that a worm? I think that's a worm. He sure is moving slow. RunKeeper is. I had here it is. A magnifying glass. One's big too. Yeah, it's a worm. Well, anyway. I wasn't much of a, I don't know what you want to call it. It wasn't much of a scene to watch. Otherwise, I would have made sure you guys could see it through the camera. So this time, our walking, this is the same way that I walked on Monday. Because I like getting in these stairs whenever I can. So they did a rough time on me the first time I did them, and then I did them a second time, and I didn't breathe as hard. I still had to stop when I got to the top of the stairs, like I'm doing right now. All right, let's go around this way. So, I told you guys last week that I had an appointment to see the Social Security Administration's medical group. They were going to give me, I guess, a qualification exam or something. And so I got myself all worked up. Y'all know how I get. Oh, God, I got to be around strangers again. Anyway, so it took me a couple of days to, kind of get my anxiety in check and prepare myself for this appointment. Because one, I don't know what they're going to do. And they weren't very forthcoming with information when I asked the lady over the phone what was the appointment all about. What kind of procedures are they going to do or something like that. Anyway, so she wasn't forthcoming. I wasn't sure. And, I'm going to a place where I've never been before, so that's always very frustrating for me because I don't know, where I'm going or what I'm doing. I just kind of have to find out when I get there. And anyway, so I got myself all worked up and calmed down and all of that. I went through the whole stages of it. And she gonna call me yesterday morning and tell me, oh, the doctor is sick and we have to reschedule you for next week. So my appointment is for next Wednesday. And now I gotta go through all of this anxiety again, I guess. And I don't know. I don't even know. I just hope everything goes okay with it because I don't want to have to keep going to these doctors. I know these particular doctors are not necessarily for my health. They're for verification purposes. And so they're not necessarily going to be treating me. But they'll be evaluating me. So I can't even say that this visit is going to be for my health. I read an article this morning, I think it was on Facebook, and the article said that losing weight after a certain age is more detrimental to your health or something like that. I have to look it up, but it said, the best time to try and lose weight and, get your body back into shape is in your 20s. And I'm like, wait a minute. I didn't agree with that article at all. Because I'm like, when I'm 20, when I was in my 20s, I didn't need to lose weight. I was my correct weight. I think it was about 120 pounds. And so, it kind of made me mad. I'm just like, I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't. If I don't exercise, then my heart doesn't get the workout that it needs to be strong or stay strong. I remember when I first got the diagnosis of congestive heart failure, I remember, because I was in the hospital for about 7 days, and I remember one morning, I had to use the restroom or whatever. So I got up. I think I had already been in the hospital for maybe 3 days by this time. Maybe 2. 1 or 2. We'll say 1 or 2, because I looked in the mirror and I looked sick. My face was kind of sunken in. My eyes were sunken in. My skin, my facial skin, didn't look normal. It looked kind of a palish gray, like a deep, dull gray color. And I remember thinking to myself, wow, I'm sick. I am really sick. But I guess I should say that before I had gone to the hospital, I was in my car, and wow, a lot of cars coming. Not usually that many at one time. Anyway, so what I was saying was, I had been sleeping in my car for, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks. But I was having a problem sleeping. That's what actually prompted me to go to the emergency room, because I was having trouble sleeping. So when I got to the emergency room, they took your stats, your blood pressure, all of that. And what's that? Cigarettes. So, oh darn it, I lost my train of thought. Oh, okay, I had been in my car for a couple of weeks, and I was having trouble breathing while I was sleeping. This was, I don't know, maybe 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. And I kept having this problem breathing. It's like somebody was sitting on my chest. And I had been having some coughing, and let's see, I think I was about 203 pounds. I want to say somewhere in there, 200 and something. And so I couldn't breathe, and went to the emergency room, and they, to my surprise, admitted me, and that's when they told me all this stuff. But I was saying all that to say, the way that the doctor had kind of described to me the issue that I was having was that my heart was not, pumping as fast as it should. And my understanding is that had I just maybe fell asleep sitting up, or try some other kind of remedy, that I might not be here today. because the night that I went to the hospital could have been my last night, but I did have the sense to take myself to the emergency room. Now, oftentimes, well, not oftentimes, every time I've decided that maybe I needed something other than self-care to treat myself, I've always weighed my options because I know that medical expenses can get pretty high. You know, getting a ride to the emergency room, that costs money. The treatment that the paramedics give you, anything that they do, take your blood pressure, maybe give you a glycerin, tablet, or just anything that they do, they charge you for. And then, of course, the ride to the hospital. Anyway, so I've always considered that before calling 911. Right now I have Medicare and Medicare. I don't go to the doctor that often, but I do know that the government will pay for my health care to a certain extent. Right now they're paying for it. But stop right here. But I don't want my medical expenses to get to the point where they're no longer paying, or they're paying a portion and I have to pay the other portion. So that's important. Let's see. We're stopping here. Why are we stopping? I'm trying to remember if I talked about everything that I talked about on Monday. The reason why I didn't walk Tuesday and yesterday was because, remember, I was telling you I had the doctor's appointment and I was just trying to get myself together. But that gives me enough time to build up my courage again. So, I was saying that this article was talking about if you, exercise too much, or, it didn't make any sense to me, and it still doesn't. But I need to get out here and do this daily to keep my heart pumping like it should be pumping. I don't think I've told you guys this before. I don't know if I have or not. But my condition is what they call injection fraction. And basically my heart beats at a 20% ejection fraction. I think I'm saying that right. Or ejector fraction. Anyway, so my heart beats at 20% right now. And a normal heart beats at 60%. And so The purpose of my, walking or getting out, getting this exercise every day for 30 minutes or more is to exercise my heart so that it can get stronger. That is. Anyway, so I'm gonna stand over here by this tree. We did good. 9:26. We did real good. So nice out here. The grass looks good too. For a while there it was brown, and that's because they, waited so long to cut it. I think they went about 2 weeks without cutting anything, and so now it's green again. What else? Oh, Netflix. What have I seen lately on Netflix? There's a movie. Let's see. What did I watch yesterday? Oh, yesterday. Well, it wasn't on Netflix. It was. Amazon Prime. So it's with Reese Witherspoon, and I can't think of that other guy's name. Anyway, she's a mom of two and recently separated, and she meets a younger guy, much younger. So I think she's in her 40s and he's 27. Anyway, so they have a little quick romance. I didn't see the light blinking. I was getting worried. So yeah, they have a little romance. It's a cute movie. I don't know. I don't think I would. It's a cute movie. I like Reese Witherspoon. Another one that I watched is with Tommy Lee Jones and Morgan Freeman and Renee Russo. And I think it's called Just Getting Started. So that's a good one. All right, let's go ahead. Hi, Richard. Don't look so mean. It's a beautiful day. You all right? Oh, what's the matter?
Nothing. This is my flame thing that's still bad. I got it.
Oh, okay. I'll see you. Boy. All right, you guys, that is it for today's video. And thanks for walking with me. It was a good one. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.